This is Tom Fox. I'm the Compliance Evangelist. I hope you will plan to join me this year at Converge 19. Converge is the great conference put on by Conversant, the sponsor of this podcast, and it's in its fourth year of bringing together some of the world's leading companies for 2 days of dynamic speakers, thought-provoking breakout sessions, and opportunities to connect with like-minded professionals. You will leave the conference with new resources and best practices, allowing you to continue the hard work of driving ethics to the center of your business. In this podcast, we visit with some of the upcoming speakers for Converge 19. In this episode, I visit with Stephen Martin, partner at StoneTurn Consulting, and we discuss his presentation on the role of the board of directors in a best practices compliance program. Hello, everyone. This is Tom Fox back for another episode, and today I have with me Stephen Martin. Stephen is a partner at StoneTurn, and Stephen is one of the speakers at Converge 19. So, Stephen, first of all, welcome, and thanks so much for taking the time to visit with me.
Hey, Tom. Great to be on, as usual, and your podcasts are always fantastic, so happy to join. We'll see if I can try to keep up with you here.
Stephen, I wanted to start by asking, why do you plan to attend Converge 19, and what do you hope to get out of it?
So, Tom, as you know, I've been involved with Conversant for a long period of time, helping them as an advisor and being on the board of directors. They're here in Denver, where I'm located, and so I've known the company for since it really started, and it's been great to work with them and with a number of my clients. And what they've done with Converge is put on not only an industry leading but a unique conference for compliance professionals, and it's really great content, really interesting. So obviously as a practitioner, I like to be there, but more important this time, what we're going to do is announce a partnership between my firm StoneTurn and Conversant, where we're going to be Conversant's advisory services partner to work and assist their clients with all kinds of proactive compliance needs, and also work with our clients and jointly with Conversant's technology and software to help improve compliance programs. So I'm really excited about what we're going to do, this year at Converge.
Stephen, that leads into your role at StoneTurn, and I was wondering if you could tell us what you do as a partner at StoneTurn.
Sure. StoneTurn is a boutique advisory services firm, international in scope, and I joined them because it gave me a platform to really help companies with their compliance programs holistically. I'm a partner who helps run the compliance practice. I work primarily and directly with corporations, although we also, assist clients through law firms when you're having investigations, monitorships, or other types of issues that come up on the reactive side. But I work with compliance across the compliance program lifecycle. And, what's really interesting about StoneTurn is we both have, lawyers, people who are former federal prosecutors, FBI agents, folks that were at places, regulatory places like the SEC and SFO. But we also have a number of folks that specialize in monitorships and work with companies when they were the chief compliance officer, as well as risk, forensic, data analytics, auditing and monitoring. And so we can really work at StoneTurn, holistically across the compliance program, which I think is really unique in the marketplace and something that's exciting for me personally and great for my clients.
Stephen, your talk at Converge 19 focuses on the board's perspective. What can't be measured, can't be managed. Could you preview for us what you hope to communicate there?
Yeah, so, as all compliance professionals know, that you want to have direct involvement with the board of directors, both for oversight responsibilities, but also for resource and, ability to really communicate what's happening in a compliance program. Historically, a lot of the reports to board of directors have been, just number of hotline reports, type of hotline reports, very basic metrics. That doesn't really help to facilitate an effective and open dialogue between you and the board and what you need to enhance as a compliance professional or chief compliance officer, your compliance program, and have the support of the board of directors. And so one of the things that I really want to do is spend time talking to compliance professionals about how do you report to the board of directors? What kind of information will be in those reports? How do you aggregate data and information and use data analytics to really show, how you're doing from effectiveness on the compliance program and be much more proactive? And so, I'm going to talk about, techniques to facilitate that discussion, how to have a more robust involvement from a reporting standpoint with your your board of directors? What are common questions that board members often ask you about your program? How can you be both prepared to respond to those, but also use it as a chance to get their support for resources or to enhance the compliance overall? And then, how do you accurately benchmark your compliance program against the government expectations, against industry practices, and against best practices, so that you can show, how effective your program is, and then use data analytics to report on the continued enhancement of your program. So that's what I'm going to talk about at Converge.
Stephen, do you find that board members not so much understand the deep level of detail that you just went into on what they need to think about, but really understand the difference between oversight and management?
I'd say it's very mixed, Tom. I mean, some boards are, especially in highly regulated industries, certainly understand the complexities around the compliance program. I think there's often a disconnect between what the CEO, what he or she will allow compliance professionals or general counsels to often report to the board of directors, or how much involvement they have. So that's probably the first point that can be a restriction. But I think a lot of board members, when I talk to them, want to know more about the compliance program, what the expectations are, what their job in overseeing it and help managing it more proactively are, and so they like that dialogue and discussion. And so I'd say, boards understand that they are supposed to talk about compliance, that they're supposed to understand the compliance program, but I don't think they really have the tools to effectively evaluate that and monitor it on an ongoing basis. I think monitoring is going to be a very significant portion of compliance programs going forward, and it's something that's underutilized for a lot of companies now. It's certainly an area that with Conversant, I talk to them regularly about, and they're working on with their technology and tools to be able to have more ongoing monitoring for clients and for board of directors.
Well, Stephen, unfortunately, we're near the end of our time, but I've been visiting today with Stephen Martin, partner at StoneTurn, on his presentation at Converge 19, The Board's Perspective, What Can't Be Managed, can't be measured, can't be managed. Stephen, thanks so much.
Thanks, Tom. Really appreciate it. Talk to you soon. See you in Denver.
Hello, everyone. This is Tom Fox again. I hope you'll plan to join me for Converge 19. It's going to be a great conference, probably one of the top conferences of this year, both in terms of educational sessions, breakout sessions, and individual moderated conversations. I know you will enjoy it. I have a few discount codes available for complimentary passes to Converge 19. So if you're interested, please email me at tfox@tfoxlaw.com. You can find out more information about the conference on the show notes that accompany this podcast.